Yeah, so we live on the edge of the park, and we have for over 20 years, and the city puts a lot of efforts into this park. Tom Ziola in particular has a history both with the city and with private companies, and his dream was to help the city get some trees pruned in their parks, and this is the first of what we hope to be many, or a yearly sort of thing with tree pruning by the massive amount of volunteers, private companies that have come out on their own time to help do this.
I started working for the city forestry crew in 1994, and one of the first projects that I was a part of was in this park at Sherwood. The Rotary Club was celebrating their 75th anniversary, and they donated 75 ball and burlap trees to the city. Or they donated the money, we bought the trees. And I was on that team that planted those trees 24 years ago. And they're all flourishing, all doing very well. And walking the park, living down the street, walking the park on a daily basis, they're all doing very well, but they were in dire need of care, basic tree care, pruning deadwood out, broken, cross-interfering, that sort of thing. I approached my boss and asked if he would be open to us sending some personnel to in combination with some other tree companies to do a volunteer day of service for the city, and he said go for it. And I approached Rob Davis, city forester, with that same question. Hey, let's see how this goes. Let's try and put let's put a volunteer day together. And I just came up with Pruning in the Park was the name of what we called it today. So I got permission from Rob and the forestry board, and I sent out an email. I composed an email, sent it out to all the licensed tree care providers in town. I got very good positive response. The challenge was picking the day that was going to work for everybody, and we picked today, September 11th, which I forgot to mention was 24th anniversary of 9/11, which we celebrated in a very glorious way, I think. But nevertheless, we got 8 tree care companies to volunteer. 2 of them had a bail. I would say even with the 6 climbers that we didn't get from those 2 companies that had to cancel, I bet you we had a good 30, 35 people here between climbers, ground people, and neighbors that were watching the sidewalks and literally like helping rake up after a while. So it went a long way. I'm just really proud of the work that got done today, and proud of the work that we do every day, because trees make our community, especially living here in the desert. And this park is, in my mind, is a showcase park, and one of my favorite, and I'm glad we were able to put the time and energy into it. The guys had a lot of fun. We had guys and girls had a lot of fun today, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. We can do it again. We talk to the city and see if this is something we can make an annual event and continue to help and support them in their efforts to, make it a wonderful place to live.
You got to take, something down without taking something else down, because if you take the wrong one down, you may need to tie into that for climbing or rigging or something, especially on a really big tree. So if you take something down too soon, you may have just lost a tying point. So it's like piecing it down.
This event is mimicking the Saluting Branches, which has been going on for 10 plus years, where arborist companies and individuals and state and towns come together to do tree work at veteran cemeteries. And that's here next week. And Tom Ziola, who was a city forester and now works for a private tree care company, wanted to do something similar for Grand Junction. And so he brought everyone together. There's 7 different companies here today to do tree pruning in this really well-loved and well-used park. So it's an active service for the community today.
Had no desire whatsoever to do it. It got kind of hot.
live in a desert. People aren't meant to live here, but man has, brought in irrigation and done things to mitigate heat. We have air conditioning now and all that stuff, but that doesn't mean the desert's not the desert anymore. It still is. So we have to battle that every day. And one of the ways that we battle it is taking care of our trees, increasing our canopy in the city. And we have to continue to grow that and to go back and maintain the trees that are struggling right now. And it's no small thing. It's a real science when you live in a hot area like this. On top of it, as many people know, we're in a mega drought area. We're in an area of North America that is experiencing a 20-year mega drought, going on 21 years now. So water is essential. Trees actually help retain water. And we're also in an area that a heat dome in North America.